and welcome to Garbage Theater.
Tonight's installment, The Perfect Weapon.
Well, folks, welcome to another edition of Garbage Theater. I'm your host, Chase, here with my co-host, Blake.
Yes, I am ready for tonight.
Let's get the shit show on the road.
Yes, sir.
The Perfect Weapon.
The Perfect Weapon. My God. It was a Seagal movie, and I expected more out of him.
Now, my theory, we watched the Seagal movie already, Sniper Special Ops,
Right.
and we had this discussion on whether or not it was a Seagal movie or he was brought in to add some clout to the movie. That he was brought in to add clout to. This is his movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is what happens when you let him have control.
Right. It was bad. It was... I don't even know how to explain it. The movie was just filled with generic... It was like...
I can explain it. Okay, here's our little synopsis of the movie. Steven Seagal sat down and he watched The Matrix and Blade Runner and John Wick and Ghost in the Shell and Hitman and Wolverine and The Transporter and Fast and the Furious and Elysium and Total Recall and said...
And then went to a community college and took a film class.
And said, I got an idea for a movie. No one's ever had this idea before. It's going to be amazing.
No, you don't understand. I have a twin.
Jesus Christ.
Spoilers.
Oh. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, I just wanted to spoil it early on.
We will get to that. Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah,
I can tell we're both itching to get into this.
Yeah, I don't know if it's itching to get into it, more like scratching to get it over with.
Yeah, this was a doozy.
It was.
Okay, so
it was as the old folks call a whooping.
It was. Did you watch it a second time?
This was my thing. I took a new strategy. I watched it in 2 installments.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't watched it in over a week.
Well, there we go.
So, hopefully you picked a good movie.
Not really.
Which I guess that's the whole idea, right?
I picked one that I wouldn't mind not watching because I expected you to walk away with this one.
Well, we'll see. I was paying attention when I watched it, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you're on the chopping block, so go ahead and throw your pick out.
Okay, my film comes from 2015. Is a film. Well, I'll go through it. It's 1.25 stars on Netflix.
Nice.
3.3 out of 10 on IMDb. There was no tomato meter. However, they did have an audience rating of 11%.
Okay.
But those are people those are normies. Those aren't people who really, we can't trust their thing. It is a film called Awaken.
Okay.
The plot of it is, let me get to those notes. The plot is, and believe me, they went into depth for the synopsis of this. A random group of people wake up on an island where they are being hunted down in a sinister plot to harvest their organs.
Okay. Nice and simple.
Yeah. It stars Daryl Hannah.
Okay.
Which that's about as big as it gets, folks. Edward Furlong. Vinnie Jones. Jason, I was in Mallrats that time, London. And the Fratelli brother who didn't go on to be in The Matrix. So let me get to the reviews real quick. They're short and sweet. First one is garbage. Mm-hmm.
Fitting.
Next one is not the worst thing I've seen, but close. And my favorite, Edward Furlong is in no way, shape, or form, quote unquote, back.
That's great.
So there you go. There's mine.
Fantastic.
It's good to know one of the Fratelli brothers is still kicking around.
Oh, yeah.
Though.
Yeah. Well, the other one, he does plenty. What's his name? Shit.
The other Fratelli brother. I think in the multitude of podcasts and YouTube shows that I do, I think I've mentioned this before. But do you know what Fratelli means?
No.
It's Italian for brother.
So they're the brothers.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, for my pick this week, it's actually one that I had brought up to you beforehand in just our off conversations.
Okay.
Off the air. It was made in 2014. It has 2 stars on Netflix, 2.5 on
up there.
Yeah. 2.5 on IMDb. No tomato meter available.
Right.
And it's another little nugget of joy from our friends at Asylum. That's a reasonable reaction to that. It is none other than Airplane versus Volcano.
Oh, Jesus.
Starring Dean Cain. Because why not?
He was like, yeah, I got enough time to get away from all this Comic-Con trim. Let me go do another movie.
Starring Dean Cain, and that is about it.
Wow. Well, what else do you need, I guess?
Yeah. Reviews. Complete waste of time.
That's our kind of movie.
Yuck.
Yuck.
And, of course, what? Hang on. Wait. No. What?
Oh man. I don't know which one I'd rather watch.
I don't know.
I'm kind of thinking I'd rather watch Awaken.
Yeah. Coming from our last episode where we both picked a movie we both really wanted to watch, and I think we both regret now.
Oh, God. I don't know why we were so excited. Just a little behind the scenes, folks, and I'm not going to give away too much. We were so excited to watch this, and then when it came time to pick another movie, both of our Netflix feeds had another Seagal movie in it, but we both said, let's take a break from Seagal.
Yeah, I think we need a break. Well, I think it's just because Sniper, we had so much fun talking about and making fun of him. But
now the thrill is gone. The honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah. We've had enough of Seagal.
Yeah. Like Hollywood, we have had enough of Seagal.
Okay, let's get to the questions. Get that ugly business out of the way so that we can get to talking about this pile of shit.
All right, the only one I feel sure that has to be on there. I mean,
okay,
I'm only confident about one certain thing in this movie.
Now one of these questions is a difficult one. I'm going to tell you that.
Okay, well then I'm good. I'm confident.
So, all right, question number 1.
Mm-hmm.
What year does this movie take place?
Oh, you son of a bitch. 20.
You halfway there?
Is it 43?
Sorry, my friend. It's 2029.
2029. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. Question number 2. What is the upcoming holiday that the people of the city are about to celebrate?
This isn't a matter of me forgetting. This is a matter of I have no recollection of them talking about a holiday.
The climax of the movie takes place on said holiday.
Is it a fictional holiday or
yes,
is it a real
it is
holiday?
a fictional holiday.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me just go ahead and pass.
Okay,
Jesus.
pass. Question number 3. What is Condor's real name?
Oh, I should have watched this movie again.
Oh, Dean Cain, here we come.
I know. What was Condor's... man, oh man, oh man.
To extend an olive branch, I'll take either his first name or his last name.
I think I have a good idea of his first name, but I might go ahead and pass.
Mull it over a bit.
Like, what I want to say is so generic of a name that I'm like, that can't be it. That's just somebody you met. Like you know what I'm saying?
It's not. I mean, it's unusual. I can say I've never met another person named this in my life.
God damn it.
Just pass.
Yeah, I'm going to pass
Yeah,
it.
pass.
Because what I want to say is fucking Mike, and I know that ain't it.
I'll tell you that is not it. But, okay, so question 4. How many guards were assigned to the director on said holiday of the previous question?
Oh, man, I had that one in my head. Shit, it was, oh, no. Oh, no. Is it 5?
Nope.
No. Son of a bitch.
It was 10.
10. It was reduced, though. I remember.
It was reduced because it was a holiday.
Right. And his
So, of course, he has no security on a holiday.
yeah. And didn't they have that time when one person, when like a chick was leaving?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all that. Like I remember. Oh, fuck.
Okay, so that's 2 down. That means you have to get all 3 of the other ones, and I haven't even asked the hard one yet.
What's the hard one?
The hard one is, what was the code to the director's door?
Oh, you are a dick.
I figured the first 4 were easy. Like I was giving this away in my head.
Yeah, but damn, I knew I should have watched it again.
Okay, let's.
What was this dude's name?
You got to get the door one too.
How many numbers is it?
It's 4 numbers.
Okay, 7238.
Nope. It's 1643.
Ah, I was close. Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay. The upcoming celebration was Federation Day.
Federation Day. Good old Federation Day.
And our good friend Condor's real name was Axon Ray.
That's what it was, Axon. Ah, damn it. As soon as I heard it, son of a bitch. Did I even get any right?
You
No. No. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything.
You didn't get a single one right. You know what that means?
Yes, I know what that means.
Dirty pool, old man. Dirty pool.
I watched it, though. I swear I watched it.
Holy shit. I didn't think this would happen for so long.
I can prove that I watched it. I guarantee you I can prove that I watched it. The place where they got all their food was State Farm.
Yes. But
And it came in white packages with black letters.
But
I saw the movie.
But the gentleman's agreement
I
was
know.
if you
I
got
shouldn't have
all
said a word.
5 questions wrong, dirty pool is declared and you are subject to a double feature.
Son of a bitch.
This is unprecedented.
It is, because I saw the movie.
Well, luckily,
Damn.
I have another pick all written out that
Of course you do.
I can go ahead and throw out here, even though
Of course you do.
I was not expecting this to happen.
And folks, this isn't like, believe me, this isn't pre-planned. Chase is always just that prepared.
I've got a
believe me,
list. Yeah.
If this would have went the other way around, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm going to have to get back to you on that.
Okay, so not only are we watching Airplane versus Volcano, but we're also going to watch another little film that also was made in 2014 with 2 stars on Netflix, 4.8 stars on IMDb, and a 50% Rotten Tomatoes score. It is the horror film Animal.
Didn't we talk about this?
We talked about this because this is the movie that stars Joey Lauren Adams from Biodome.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember what we talked about now.
This movie, when plans for a weekend vacation hit a dead end, a group of close-knit friends find themselves stranded in unfamiliar territory, pursued by a menacing, bloodthirsty predator. Things happen.
Rob Schneider is the animal.
You wish it was that movie.
Yeah.
That movie is Citizen Kane compared to this, probably. Reviews. Waste of 80 minutes.
Well, at least it's only 80 minutes.
yeah,
That's
there you
that's
go.
the upshot to it.
As good as can be expected.
Okay.
And a review probably written by somebody's mom. Very nice movie.
I like the colors.
Yeah. A little bit of trivia. It was shot in 2 weeks.
Nice.
It was produced by Drew Barrymore.
Ah, okay.
And it stars Elizabeth Gillis and Keke Palmer of Nickelodeon Originals fame.
Okay. Were they in Hey Dude?
No.
Well, then I don't know who they are.
So there we go, folks. Okay, just because I don't think we've even really talked about this on the show yet. But when you get all 5 questions wrong, you're submitted to a double feature. You have to watch 2 movies, and it's still only 5 questions, but they can be split between the 2 movies any way I choose. So I can make all 5 questions from Animal and just make him watch Airplane versus Volcano for no reason whatsoever. Or vice
Which
versa.
I know that's what's going to happen. You're only going to ask questions from one movie.
Yeah.
I know that's what you're going to do.
You don't know that.
Do I take the risk?
See, because that's the thing. Because do I really want to watch both of them? I don't have to.
But see, if I take the risk and I miss all of them again,
Exactly.
I've screwed myself again. Son of a bitch.
So basically, I get to only watch one movie, and you have to watch 2, is what this comes down to. So, okay. That's out of the way. Let's get into Perfect Weapon.
Yeah. or you like I can't even talk. I'm like so distraught that I gotta watch 2 shitty movies this week. No, like you said, it's all those movies bundled up into one. We'll call it like Hitman Light.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Because Condor, our main character here, is the hitman.
Yeah.
That's
Without a doubt.
That's just it. He's bald. He's got 2 silenced pistols. He wears a suit. He's the hitman.
Which, by the way, in the beginning of the movie, I know we're going to get to it, he had 1 pistol hidden in a bathroom.
Yes.
Where did the second pistol come from?
You can carry 1 around. Let's not be ridiculous.
Well, then what's the point of hiding them? Because he went through all the trouble to go find this hidden pistol. The next scene, he's got 2 pistols. So I was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, well,
Which I thought that was going to be a question.
It's expected everybody has at least 1 pistol on them. One of the questions I was going to ask was how many times do they say the perfect weapon in this fucking movie?
That would be 6.
Okay, you did pay attention to.
Oh shit.
Okay, so our movie starts out. It's It takes place in 2029,
9.
and the world is ruled by the state,
Correct.
who has taken over. There was a major war, and everything went to hell, but the state swooped in, and with their zero tolerance policy, brought back order to the world.
Yes, and giant TV screens.
Yes, giant TV screens with a big bowl of pudding with sunglasses face on them.
He's looking more and more like that. What are things called in Hellraiser? The demons? What are they called?
The Cenobites?
Yeah, he's looking more and more like that Cenobite with the little bitty circle sunglasses, the big fat one.
Just paint a black goatee, a grease black goatee on him. And there you go.
Yeah, like he's straight up Cenobite. That's his problem. He's been eating too many Cenobites. Ba-dum-bum.
You come to this podcast for the high end jokes, people.
You come for the jokes and the burps.
Yes, as you down yet another LaCroix.
Yes, I love those things.
Today's podcast sponsored by LaCroix. So Seagal's face is plastered all over
and Al-Basha's Mediterranean restaurant, which is making a second appearance every time I burp. So, anyway, Condor.
So Seagal is the director who runs the state, and
he's a dictator.
He's
named
a dictator.
The director. Very confusing.
Yes, but from what I can gather, the state just has cameras everywhere, and that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, they have cameras everywhere, but they seem to be extremely easy to get around.
Yeah,
like everybody talks about how every single thing you do is monitored and scrutinized and all that. Oh, but not in this room. We got it covered in this room.
Not in this room. Not in this entire apartment. Not in this entire building.
Right.
So I don't think it's as bad as they're making it out.
No.
And here's what I was struggling with the whole movie was, is the state actually that bad?
Yeah.
Because
they think everybody's under surveillance and everything. It's really just a couple traffic cameras, which I don't agree with in the first place, but that isn't this kind of show.
Yeah.
But, or this isn't that kind of show. But that's probably all it was. They put up a couple red light cameras and they're like, oh, they watch everything we do. Yeah. No, they just put up a red light camera.
We meet... Well, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but we meet the heads of the resistance, and they're having like this underground meeting where they're like getting prostitutes and shit, and they're not likable people.
No.
So you're not setting this movie up very well.
I think it was because you're dealing with a killer with a heart of gold type of thing.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure all his kills are righteous, I guess. Mm-hmm. I guess that was the idea.
Why not?
I guess. But yeah, the resistance is dicks, man.
Yeah. So we're introduced to Condor, who's the hitman, and he comes into this underground resistance meeting where there's some woman dressed up like a geisha for some reason. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about, is she for sale and all this stuff, and as savory people do. Right. And then Hitman. Well, first the main guy takes the geisha in back and forces her to get out of her geisha attire and get into a chola attire.
Yes, they actually use the word chola.
He has a chola fetish, apparently.
So,
That was something.
Which, if that's the case, why would you even look at the geisha in the first place?
Yeah. Why was she? Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna look at this geisha and say, you know what she would look good in? A chola outfit.
Yes.
What? That doesn't even roll off the tongue right. That's hard to say. A chola outfit.
The guy that takes her in the back is he's basically the anchor man for the resistance. Because earlier on, there's a resistance. It's the state propaganda news feed, and it gets interrupted by a pirate broadcast, And how do you know it's a pirate broadcast? Because it says pirate broadcast.
Yeah.
In which, after it's brought down, the propaganda guy says, "Oh, pay no attention to that uninterrupted. We don't want you guys to think that was actually us or anything. That was a pirate broadcast. They did that favor for you."
Yeah. Well, let me. I'm not saying I partake in anything pirate-like on the internet. However, if I did, I'm pretty sure none of them say, "Hey, this is a pirated such and such." Really trying not to incriminate myself or others right now.
So, moving on.
Yeah, just shut up, Blake. Just shut up.
Condor goes down into this Matrix party that they're having with all the leather-clad techno dancers and everything.
Yeah,
and
Blade could walk in at any moment and start just slicing people up.
And he takes out the 3 creepy old men, and he's gonna shoot. And the lighting in this whole movie, but a lot in this scene, is right out of. And again, it's Steven Seagal watched John Wick, and he said, "Oh, there's blue and red lights all over the place. Just put a blue red light over there and put a red light over there, and that's the whole movie."
No, they're gonna be. I got a great idea. I just came up with by myself. I want everything to be lit up. Blue and red. Oh, you mean like John Wick? You're fired.
So Condor comes in. He takes them all out. He's about to shoot the Chola girl, and there's just something about her,
Right.
and he can't do it. And it flashes to some woman that we don't know, some blonde woman. Who just for some reason looks exactly like the girl.
Yes, exactly like her.
So he leaves, and he goes back to his apartment where he has a pyramid phone to let you know that it's the future.
I didn't even think about it that way. I fell for it.
Yeah, it got you. It pulled you in. It made you believe that world.
Alexa's a pyramid now? This is just the future. Yeah. That's all it was Alexa.
Exactly. But, So he goes back, and he's thinking about the girl, and then it shows her again, but she's getting shot, and there's a sniper shooting her. Mm-hmm. And at first you think, well, is he the sniper shooting her? Because if he's not... How is he having a flashback to a scene that he was in no way involved in?
I'll tell you how. It actually makes a lot of sense. Because Steven Seagal's in charge.
Yes.
No, believe me, I got it all figured out. I stayed at one of them Holiday Inn Expresses, and now I know how to do movies.
Yes. And the whole thing was slapped together in iMovie because it is riddled with stock iMovie sound effects and.
Oh yeah. I was gonna bring up the sound effects.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The newsreel comes on the TV while he's in his apartment, and it's the same stock newsreel that they use on Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yep.
Whenever news comes on.
Yep.
The news, State Farm's still around.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Yeah, but not in they're not selling insurance anymore.
No.
Okay, that was another thing. Did they actually think they could... State Farm is the state-run provider of all food.
Yes.
In this movie. Did they actually think they'd be able to call something State Farm and nobody immediately click in their head car insurance?
They appropriated State Farm for something more on the nose with what they should be providing the people.
It was like, all I could think is, surely somebody in that writing room had to say, should we call it something other than State Farm? And they're probably like, oh, no, they're not gonna sue us. No, I'm not talking about anybody suing us. I'm talking about it being retarded. Like, this doesn't make sense.
And then Seagal goes, put your hand out for me.
Yeah. I want you to come at me in a stabbing motion. No, not like that.
Slower, looser.
Yeah. Slower and more exaggerated movements, please.
More easy for me just to shove you to the ground. So, Connor is put in contact with the controller, a.k.a. the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop.
Correct.
And that son of a bitch looks exactly the same.
Tell you what, he's drinking whatever youth serum that Jared Leto's on.
Yeah.
Because you could do a Kindergarten Cop remake today, and he would still be fine.
Yes.
Like, no worries.
So
He must be a Scientologist or something.
Yeah. He comes in. He has to take Condor in because he didn't kill the girl.
Right.
And so he walks him out
For reprogramming.
We gotta get you back on our side.
Right.
The state police force are there to get him. And there's a really awkward back and forth where him and Kindergarten Cop are talking to each other, and I forget exactly what he says, but they do a really awkward forced laugh together. Where they just go, ha 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 ha. And then Condor really awkwardly darts around him and gets him in a headlock.
Yeah.
And this is how he's going to escape.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to break in and tell you Steven Seagal's thought process as this movie goes on, as you explained. And what happened there was, it was like, so he brought in this fight choreographer to teach y'all how to like go into chokeholds. And whoa, hold on. I think we got somebody already. This guy.
Yeah.
I'll show you how to put somebody in a headlock.
What you do is you grab his fist and you push him like that. And then you're in a headlock. Just awkward, clumsy, fat movements.
Mrs. Seagal, that really doesn't look right. No, your cheese not centered. Well, how do I get my cheese centered? Not cheese, stupid. I said cheese. Your cheese is not centered.
Oh, that mumbly fuck.
Carry on. Your cheese not centered.
So, Condor awkwardly gets away, and he's running, and he's shot in the back with a tranquilizer dart by a mysterious figure who looks an awful lot like the blonde he keeps thinking about.
And it wasn't. I don't think you were supposed to know this at that point. It was a
I don't
very
think so
far
either,
away
but
shot.
you did.
It was just like immediately. Oh, look, that's his old lady. Just shot him.
Yep. She's wearing the same exact clothes from the flashback.
Yeah. Yeah.
They shot both scenes back to back. Wardrobe, you're good.
I'm gonna show you how to save budget on this movie.
Yeah.
You won't even have to get her haircut again.
We already dressed her as a geisha and a chola.
Yeah.
How much money do you think we have for costumes in this damn thing?
Yeah, but you only needed one measurement, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not 3 actors, just one.
We're about to break out the BMX pads in a little bit. So now we cut to the man himself, the director, and his this poor girl.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
He's got this young Asian girl that's his mistress, and she has to kiss him, and I felt bad for her immediately.
It's amazing because the first thing I thought was this girl was like, well, it's going to get me in a movie. And that was the whole thing. Like, everybody's like, oh, you finally got a part. Yeah, I got a part. What is it? Perfect Weapon. I'm Steven Seagal's mistress. Oh, really? Yeah, but,
Does he have...
this could lead to other stuff.
Well, all I have to do is kiss him. Yeah, but then later...
Yeah. And there's this one weird massage scene that wasn't in the script, but for some reason is there now.
For some reason, he insisted on it. He took a massage class over the weekend, and he wants to put it in the movie.
There's something this movie needs. There's something this action movie needs. What's that? Sensual massage.
with a long, drawn-out explanation of how it's done.
I'm teaching her this so that later she can do it to me. That is a line in the movie, folks. That is an actual line.
That's the whole reason for the scene. So after he's all on this poor girl and she leaves, he's talking with Kindergarten Cop about turning Condor into the perfect weapon.
Correct.
And they say it about 4 or 5 times in that scene alone.
Which, if you're already programming people to be weapons, why are you slacking and not making any of them the perfect weapon if you have that ability to do so?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm expecting too much, apparently.
So, I've got a note here where I just wrote, most unbelievable dictator ever.
Yes. Yeah.
It's because there's no weight of authority with him. He's just
Can we use another word?
Goddamn Seagal.
Can we use another word instead of saying Seagal has no weight?
You could say all he has is weight.
Yeah.
Because he's just kind of plopped there. The way he talks, it's super casual. He can't say the word necessarily to save his life.
That's not necessarily true.
That's not necessary.
But it was weird.
He doesn't say necessarily. He says necessarily.
Yeah, but
necessarily.
He
necessarily.
was trying to have this weird Southern accent the whole time.
Was he?
You didn't pick that up?
No, I thought it was him being just his.
No. It was like he really thickened up this Southern drawl that he had. And
I didn't pick up on that at
all. Go watch it again.
No.
No, he really did though. And the only thing I could think of, because once again I watched the whole movie, like all the credits and all, just to make sure there was no stinger at the end.
Oh no, the stingers came before the credits.
Correct.
Friend.
But it was all filmed in Alabama, believe it or not.
Really?
So I'm wondering if like somebody's accent rubbed off on him and he didn't realize it. That's just my theory. But carry on.
Jesus Christ.
It's a good theory, though. You got to admit.
So they decide that they're going to send Condor to Gulag 7.
Yeah, he's not making that up. That's a true thing.
So there's multiple gulags now.
Yeah.
Why not? And then it comes where Steven Seagal just has to force his Aikido bullshit into the movie.
Right.
Where he does this whole...
It doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense what he did.
It literally is I got an Aikido quota I got to fill. Like, he just has to do it. And it has nothing to do with it. They tried to enter some kind of plot there where he can control people, I guess. I guess that was what it's supposed to be. But it was so
that
bad.
He's a master manipulator or something.
Yeah, so he's just grabbing Kindergarten Cop dude's hand and making it lift and go down and all that. And it was just awkward and strange and slow.
Very slow.
Like, just pull your hand away, jackass. He ain't moving quick.
And his speech is just rambling and incoherent about, oh, I want you to go down. I move you down. I want you to move up. I move you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's typically how movement goes, jackass.
Yeah.
But
well, that was one of the quotes I found about the movie was incoherent. So they wasn't off base.
So in one final show of power move to Kindergarten Cop guy, he picks up a katana and swings it at his head and stops it at the last second.
Right.
But the last second is about 1.5 feet away from him.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, everybody had this is what it reminded me of. And this is where like the nerdy side of me really comes out. Well, not of me, but at least, you're who you hang with type of thing. It reminded me of every fucking kid that had some type of sword in their house.
It wasn't a classy. It was like a classy katana.
Yeah.
It was the one.
Every one of those kids that had one of them things, they'd always want to pull it out, take a swing at you, and stop 3 feet from you and be like, I could have got you right then. And it was Seagal being an 8-year-old.
Yeah. And it's the katana with the ends are dragons, and it's the gaudiest thing in the world.
Yeah, something that like a real swordsman would look at and be like, yeah, come on then, please.
You know that shop in the mall that sells swords?
Yeah.
That's where this came from.
No, the dude on TV. That but with all the tree stumps, I can sell you this here set only gonna last for another 12 minutes. You get 65 pocket knives. You'll get the 3 sharpeners, and hell, we'll throw in a battle axe and an authentic katana for $29.99. Easy pay.
Oh my god, that's where he bought them from.
It's gotta be. I mean, how can you pass up a deal like that? A battle axe and 65 pocket knives? Shit.
Yeah. You know how I go through pocket knives.
I'll go through battle axes.
So that list, that rambling list of movies that I said that he watched.
Right.
We need to add some more to that. We need to add, let's add Rogue One and Civil War to that too.
Yeah.
Because they do a goddamn age effects shot on Seagal.
Yes, they do.
Where it goes back to him explaining about how they tried to make a perfect weapon out of some other guy before, and he turned against him, and he defeats him with a kick, and it's this shadowy figure that's supposed to be Seagal. Like, okay, well, Seagal's not going to do this kick, so we got to put him in a shadow.
Right.
So he kicks the guy and defeats him, but then he leans forward into the light, and it's young Seagal.
Right.
So they took the time to go find, a picture from Under Siege 2 and glue it on top of this.
Under Siege 2. Oh, Jesus. Oh, all right.
So from here, we go to Condor, and he's in his Weapon X pool.
Yeah.
Being reconditioned. He wakes up, breaks free, and has a little scuffle in the toilet.
Yes.
Where he doesn't do well when he fights.
Yes, this is true.
For someone who's supposed to be the perfect weapon, he gets beat up a lot.
I kept wanting to see like his Neo moment where he would just like destroy people.
Yeah.
And it never came.
Never happens. Never happens.
Like
he gets wrecked through this whole movie.
Yeah. Well, it's because he was taking pointers from Seagal, and the stunt, like, none of those hits were actually like supposed to be there. It's just the stuntmen were like, "Dude, you should have blocked that one." Like, we went over it. And he's like, "Yeah, but Seagal's been over here telling me." And like, Seagal's
he's standing right over there.
Yeah, he's sitting in his old director's chair. Don't listen to them. You follow one martial art. If you follow 2, it's like chasing 2 rabbits. You'll never catch either one of them.
He has probably said that exact thing at some point. That's too good a line for him not to use.
That rabbit's name is Aikido.
So Condor's fighting some guys in the toilet. He's not doing well.
No.
Some random woman walks into the men's room, and the guard tells her to go and get more help.
Right.
He's constantly, like, he gets beat to, like, he's gonna lose, and then he has a surge of energy and overcomes and beats him.
Right.
Like, his opponent, like, handily beats him, and then the last second, oh no, I'm just gonna win.
Right. Yeah, that's the way it went.
To the point where he's on the ground, he gets stabbed in the back.
Right.
He gets tasered multiple times, yet he has the energy to put a pipe clean through a guy's face.
Right.
And then take said taser that was used on him 6 or 7 times and stick it in another guy's mouth and make it explode his head, as tasers are wont to do.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, if you want to make this, and believe me, this movie was very rooted in reality. But putting a taser in somebody's mouth to make their head explode. Once again, it had to be Seagal's decision.
Yeah.
I saw a movie one time where this guy's head exploded. Oh, really?
I want to do that.
Well, I don't think we can redo a whole scanner thing, dude. Like, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, we'll put a taser in his head. Well, what's that going to do? Well, it's wet. So, it's going to blow up.
So, it's going to blow up a few inches away from Condor's face, and he's not going to get a drop on him.
Right.
All CG blood. We can't afford to splurge on actual prop blood.
Yeah. Which even I know you can make a gallon of it for what, 75 cents?
Yeah. So he escapes the pursuers, and he's running through the detention center.
The Gulag 7.
Gulag 7, excuse me. And what do you know? He finds what's-her-face, the woman that he's been flashbacking about. So he finds her, and which made me think, well, why'd he shoot her then?
Yeah.
But you come to find out that he didn't shoot her.
No.
He wasn't even there. So he was remembering a time when he wasn't even present.
Yeah. It was almost like a Total Recall feeling you had going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where they got that from. Maybe Total Recall, but
nah. So he frees her. She patches him up a little bit, and they need to escape. So they go into this garage where there's plenty of state guards with all State Farm guards with machine guns.
State Farm
and
guards.
They decide, these cardboard boxes will protect us. Let's get behind those.
I'm glad you said it, because that was one of the things that I was looking at, was cardboard is now a sufficient cover for weapons.
They take cover behind cardboard goddamn boxes. Yes. To which they manage to jump from box to box and get close enough to a truck that he gets in the truck and starts to drive away. And so she needs to get to the truck. So how does she wade through these bullets?
Aikido.
She uses backflip technology.
Yes.
To backflip through the hurricane of bullets coming her way, and not a single one touches her.
Yeah. Which says a lot for State Farm guards.
Yeah.
They're
worse than stormtroopers.
Yeah, they went from answering phones in khakis to like, here's your assault rifle. Shoot this girl doing cartwheels.
So she gets to the truck. They escape. And so, okay, they escape from the Gulag 7. The hunt is on to find them.
Right.
So they decide to go to the one and only place that the state could possibly assume they would go to.
His house.
Condor's house. They could go anywhere.
I know it's a risk, he said. But it's a risk I have to take.
Because I need my guns.
Yes. Because as we know in 2029, you can only use the guns that are assigned to you.
Yes. Leave it. So did he leave that gun in the turlet earlier?
I don't know. We'd have to check the sign-in sheets over at State Farm, because it's very regulated.
And when they captured him, did they return his guns to his house?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you're right. I guess they did.
So they go back to his apartment, where they say several times, they're going to be waiting for us.
Yeah.
They're going to be waiting for us. Nobody's waiting for him. They get there. They stroll on in. He shoots Siri Pyramid.
Alexa Pyramid.
To
get it right.
Alexa Pyramid. He shoots Alexa.
Because that's what it was. Seagal got an Alexa for Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey, I really want to put one of these in the movie. Oh, you want to put Alexa in a movie? Well, I don't want it to be a cylinder because it's 2029. Let's make it a pyramid. Oh, okay, we'll do that. So,
well, first he goes and he gets his gun out of the flatware drawer in the kitchen.
right.
You know, where you keep your gun.
Well, let's be honest. He's a single dude. He's got a fork and a plate. He doesn't have all. He doesn't need everything.
He gets his gun. He shoots Alexa. Then he shoots the TV.
Yeah.
And he says, "They watch us through those things, you know."
Yeah.
Topical.
Which immediately I stared at my TV with disdain.
So he shoots the TV, and he gets his big gun cabinet out from underneath his bed. So he's got all his guns. So you think, all right, well, we're in a dumb place to be, so we should leave, right?
Right.
Nah. Let's why don't you take a shower, and I'll sit brooding in the living room, and then you can come out and we can reconnect emotionally, and then I'll go take a shower.
Which reminds me again of childhood, where you're 14 years old, and the ever-present quest to see a boob is on your mind, and it doesn't matter if there are assassins at your door. Well, you could go take a shower. Like you could you go take a shower, and I'll just go after you. Well, it's really dumb for us to be. I know it's dumb to be here, but we're in Gulag 7, and you could take a shower.
You can take a shower.
Yeah, I won't watch or nothing. I mean, unless you want me to, then keep safe. Like, so like, yeah, I know what he was cooking up in there.
Yeah. And it worked, because then they decide that, let's throw a bang on top of all of this.
Yeah.
Instead of getting the hell out of here.
Which was the introduction to the same weird song that they played
that
over
fucking
and
song.
over and over. I don't know who wrote this song, but I'm about to find out.
It's this slow song, this slow, like, groaning song that comes
like
up
a heavily
10
modulated
throughout
voice.
the movie.
It was
Yes.
weird. It was supposed to be not romantic, but I don't.
It's supposed to be all things at once, because they use it in every scenario they possibly can.
Yeah, I think this the first time I think that was the first time they used it, and then it was like
This is the first time they used it.
and it was like every time after that, if he just shot this chick a look at a certain point, it would
It started up.
start up again.
That first chord would hit you. Oh my god, this fucking song.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I bet you Seagal wrote the song.
that's him. They just ran him through auto tune a couple of times.
No. It wasn't a heavily modulated voice. That was just him. And he had the microphone in his mouth like Augustus Gloop's dad.
He was taught the art of throat singing by the Eskimos.
They're Mongolians. And I've seen metal versions of Mongolian throat singers, and holy crap. That's what they should have had in the movie. Just have a Mongolian with a falcon on his arm throat singing. Now that's badass. That's the perfect weapon right there. Mongolian falconer? Shit. Can't do nothing against that. They built a wall for people like that, and that didn't stop them. I'm sorry, I'm on a rant. My bad.
So, in the middle of their do we really need to do this now bang,
Right.
what do you know? The Senate shows up, and they show up by their TV turning on, and a guy, it's, if you didn't notice, it's the Mohawk guy from Road Warrior.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's him. He comes on, but he looked so much like Seagal that for a minute, I seriously thought Seagal bounced halfway through making this movie.
Oh.
And they had to recast him, but it was in Seagal's contract that you got to put whatever we film with me in this movie. So they were just going to recast him and just not even say anything about it.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. He just completely changes actors midway through.
Yeah, yeah.
So he comes on the TV and he says, "I found you." And then the door blows open. The SWAT comes in and they capture him.
Right.
They take him back to the little torture pad. And Mohawk guy from Road Warrior decides that he's going to torture old Condor by pulling off his toenails and pulling a tooth out. And then he's gonna cut off his manhood with a razor blade that he licked.
Yeah, which
To
whenever
do.
when that part came up, I was like, "Do you need to lick the razor blade?" Like, does I don't know. The only thing that could have made that scene better was if he pulled out the razor blade and he went, and now we get to the nut cutting, and like,
and now comes the nut cutting.
yeah,
So it's at this point that kindergarten cop comes in
right,
and says that, you know, this is my operation. He's in my responsibility, so I'm gonna be the one that's gonna kill him.
that's right.
And Mohawk says, well, you know, there's a mole somewhere because somebody had to have let him out of the Gulag 7. He didn't just get out. And it's at this point that, you know, if you don't know, shame on you. Because kindergarten cop then swings around with his incredibly shaky gun.
Yeah,
He couldn't hold that gun steady
that's
for
all
shit.
them youth pills.
And
You got to take them with 5-hour energy drinks, and then, you know.
so he kills Mohawk. He kills the other guards in the room, and he reveals that he's the mole.
Which took
that freed
me
Condor.
totally by surprise. When that happened, I was like, "Oh shit, this movie just got good."
Twists.
Yeah.
There's a lot of twists coming up, folks, so pay attention.
Hold on to your hat.
There's so many twists. So they go and get what's her face, and she's already escaped. Because
What's her name?
Why not? Nina or Mina or Mia or one of those.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping you would never ask that because I was like, "What is this chick's name?"
I want to say it was.
I thought it was Nina. I thought it was Nina.
I want to say it was Nina. Let's just call her.
Go ahead
Nina.
and keep talking. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
So they get Nina, they escape, and they go back to the rebellion hideout,
Okay.
where they set up their plan to where they're gonna use Condor to kill the director and give the world back to the people.
Right.
This whole scene, everybody, it's like they're reading off of cue cards. Because they'll start talking, and then they'll just stop, and then start talking again, while the person changes out the cue card.
Right. It was Nina, by the way.
It was Nina, or whatever.
And the dude that played Condor, his picture on IMDb, he has a little monkey on his shoulder.
Well, why
I'm
not?
just saying. But go ahead.
Were there monkeys in Anaconda Blood Orchid?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know. He was in that, I think.
There's another one of Seagal's suggestions. You should get an exotic animal and put it on your shoulder. Don't get a falcon, though, because those are way too badass for you.
So they're studying the holographic blueprint of Sin Tower.
Yeah.
And how do you know it's a blueprint? Because it says blueprint on it.
No. That they got from the pirate blueprint shop.
Also,
Wait. Seagal's tower is called Sin Tower?
yes.
As in Cinnabite Tower?
Mm.
There it is.
There's the connection.
He's straight from hell. Put those puzzle. Well, I was about to say put the puzzle box down, but you know what? If that's what you got to worry about by solving the puzzle box, I'd say go ahead and take your chances.
Yeah.
You'll probably make it. Just throw a po' boy on the ground and run. You'll be fine.
Jog briskly.
Yeah.
So They then go. They have another little intimate moment because they're not leaving just yet, and that goddamn song starts up again.
Yes, it does.
They finish their bang from earlier, and kindergarten cop,
because it was interrupted.
It was interrupted. Kindergarten cop walks in on them this time though, and they leave. Well, first they give Condor some BMX pads that I mentioned earlier to help in his mission. He leaves, and then kindergarten cop and Nina exchange a glance that you're like, what's all this about?
Right.
Cuts back to... so this is where we go back to Seagal in his massage scene.
Right.
Where he's got this poor girl naked on the bed, and he's rubbing all over her, explaining how he's going to teach her how to massage better than anyone could massage by rubbing her liver and her kidneys and shit, whatever the fuck he was saying. And like you said, he's going to teach her to do this so that she can do it to him.
Right.
Because he's the best masseuse in the world.
Yeah.
So
she's like, where'd you get that massage oil from? My fingers naturally excrete bacon fat.
Good. So that scene's in there for no reason whatsoever other than Seagal demanded it.
No, Seagal, they showed him the actress they got to work with, and he's like, we got to figure out a way to have her naked on the bed. Is Seagal married?
That's a good question.
I'm going to find out right now. Keep talking.
Find it out. So the plan is this girl leaves to bring flowers to her, bring food to her family every week or so or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And when she leaves, she gets special clearance to get through all the doors, so they don't change the codes on the doors. So that's the window of opportunity for Condor to get in. So they're waiting for that. And I guess that's the only reason to show her again, to remind people that she exists. So
right.
Condor and this other guy that I think we're supposed to know who he is, because they act like we're supposed to know who he is.
And who is that?
You got me. Because I'm fairly certain this is the first time we even see him in the movie.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
They scale the walls. They snipe a couple of guys after she comes through. There's only 10 guards guarding the dictator because it's a holiday.
Yeah,
and all
Federation Day, apparently.
It's Federation Day, so there's lax security on Federation Day. Because I'm sure, the White House has lax security on the 4th of July.
Right.
So, they start to break in. Condor breaks in, and other guy takes a little slippy-do off the wall.
Yeah.
For reasons other than we needed to get him out of the way.
A little whoopsie.
Yeah. A little whoopsie doodle, and he's no more. Condor gets in, punches in the code to get into the director's room, and this is where he has this is the big scene. This is the big fight scene between
this is it.
Condor and the director.
This is it.
And
this is happening.
It lands with a thud.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Condor coming after him, and Seagal just lightly slapping him away, and he falls down, screaming in agony.
The fight scene could best be described as a Hot Pocket at a gas station. On a surface, it's at the boiling point, but as soon as you get in there, it's just frozen. There's nothing there.
He's grabbing Condor by the hand and slightly bending it, and Condor's screaming in agony.
Yeah,
he's throwing them all over. And
if there's one thing I've learned about Aikido is never give them your hand. Apparently,
that's the key is the hands.
Yeah, just
you might as well be handing them. You might as well be handing them your groin.
Yeah, just stop handing them your hands and punch them in the face. How about that?
So
see if that gentle wind could somehow get past that punch to the noggin.
And Seagal keeps letting him up just to show how good he is.
That's right.
He'll get him down. He'll have him choked, and then he'll let go of him and back up and say, "Come at me again."
Yeah.
This goes for a couple of times, and then Seagal finishes him off with a kick to his knee because that's
Yeah.
as high as he could lift his leg. They only show it for a half a second, but it was there.
I didn't want to take a knee to punch you in the face because I can't get back up. And I don't want to kick any higher than your kneecap. Because there's a good chance I'll either A, fall, or 2, split my pants.
So he defeats Condor, and he gives some rambling speech about what he thinks the truth is. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I stopped paying attention to all of his dialogue. It was a very weird... To which he turns on his TV, and he has surveillance footage of Nina and Kindergarten Cop. What do you know? They're betraying Condor.
Yeah.
Somebody think of the children.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna manipulate Condor into killing the director, so that Kindergarten Cop can rise to power.
Yeah, you could tweak that movie a bit, like tweak that premise and put it in a movie. Where like you make a guy think that he's not a secret agent, but because he really is, and then put in his fake girlfriend in, just to kind of keep tabs on him, make sure he doesn't go nuts and want to get his ass to Mars. Yeah.
Now, should we do a part where later, after the girl is found out to not be her, she tries to tell him that she loves him anyway and has grown to love him over time and to not kill her, and then he kills her anyway?
It probably makes sense.
I think it would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, folks, that's exactly what goddamn plays out.
Yeah. It's as if someone watched Total Recall and said, well, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So... Seagal,
which it is a good idea in Total Recall, not a good idea in Perfect Weapon.
Seagal lets Condor go. He goes and finds Kindergarten Cop and Nina, and he doesn't so much out their plan as he just kind of awkwardly stares at them, and they're wondering why. He just stares at him like, what's going on? Just more staring. What? And that scene plays out for a little while.
And of course, our way to make it better is if he'd have been staring at him and his eyes would have been crossed. And
Exactly.
Saying, is he looking at me or is he looking at you?
Just pick an eye. So Nina pulls out a gun and shoots Kindergarten Cop. And, Total Recall plays out. Condor shoots Nina in the throat. Because why not? Shoot her in the throat. He takes the necklace from her. There was a necklace. I don't know. They put some emphasis on it, but it really didn't matter.
I was too worried about that fucking song to notice anything with the necklace.
The fucking song comes up again. Then, and just when you thought that, surely, okay, that's Nina's thing, because we started hearing the song with her. Surely the song's done, right? Nope.
Right.
Because we go back. Condor goes back to Steven Seagal, where Seagal's saying, "Oh, you did it. You stopped the Kindergarten Cop from trying to take over, and we're trying to do good things here. We're going to bring you back on board, and I want you to take over as my new controller." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And he says, and he just decides that I'm still going to take this all down, just for the lulls, and pulls out a knife and just shanks Seagal in the gut.
Right.
And that's all it took. I mean, you didn't see that coming, did you, fat ass? You didn't Aikido your way out of that.
Well,
but there's a reason why he didn't.
You could be aiming for Seagal's shoulder. You'd still stab him in the gut, by the way.
So he stabs him. Seagal plops down into a chair. He wasn't going to fall on the floor. He'd never get back up.
He can't get up off the ground.
So he falls into a chair, and he's just sitting comfortably in the chair, dying.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like he's hurt. He's just sitting like a normal person would sit in the chair. Acting not required when it comes to Seagal. No. So Condor stabs him. He says, "I'm still taking this shit down." He runs out, and it's a room full of guards. And so he's got Seagal's katana, and it seems like he's going to, just go out in a blaze of glory. He takes off his shirt. He just puts his arms out, ready to be shot to death.
Right.
And then the Wall Street samurais burst in.
Yes.
It's about 4 guys in head-to-toe suits with katanas.
Yes.
For reasons beyond me.
It was supposed to be like the Crazy 88. They just couldn't afford 88 swords.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we got 4 of them.
Well, is this supposed to be the Resistance? Because the Resistance didn't look like this.
No, I think it was just... it was... Once again, I'll reference the first critique of it that I read. Incoherent.
Yeah. 4 business samurais burst in and kill all the guards, and Condor joins in on the fray. They work their way up to the roof, killing all the guards, and a drone flies by and puts Condor's face up on all the screens that old Puddinhead was up there.
Right.
And it says, "We are now free."
Yeah.
And
Condor becomes Neo.
yeah,
At that moment.
And that fucking song starts again.
Yes.
And so after that, it fades to black. And you think that's it. Surely that's it.
No.
Nope. Because here comes the twist.
There's a little debris left in that turd sandwich.
And boy howdy is it a twist. We cut back to Seagal, sitting there dying in his chair. And who walks in the room?
Steven Seagal.
Jesus Christ. God. I wanted to put the remote through the TV when this happened.
When that happened, I actually was asleep. I'm going to let you know now. And I kind of woke up a second, and I saw him talking to another Steven Seagal, and I was like, oh, now I got to rewind it.
I have to understand this.
Surely this has
Too
some
bad
explanation.
Yeah. Well, it turns out he's got a twin brother.
Right.
And one of them he's been using as a decoy, and he thanks him for his lifelong service.
Right.
And he then stabs his brother with the sword because he asks him to.
Yeah, he wanted an honorable death.
He wanted an honorable death by getting stabbed by his brother with a cheesy katana that he got off of eBay. And then it starts playing some metal music with quick cuts from closing credits. So it's over now. Credits to him with his elite guards walking up to the roof and getting in a bad CG future copter and flying away. And that's the end of the movie.
That's it. Done.
Now, if the Resistance brought down the state solely by Condor killing Seagal, wouldn't he just have to come out and say, I'm still alive, and everything goes back to how it was?
You would think so.
They didn't kill the whole state force.
There's a reason for all this, though. The movie was originally supposed to have the director die. It's the way it was going to end. The director was just going to be dead. And Seagal agreed to this, or his agent agreed to this. And when Seagal got there and realized, wait up, I'm dying at the end of this movie, he was like, yeah, man, it's in the script. So they finished filming, and Seagal went rogue and filmed that scene on his own.
The movie was in the can.
And he brought it to the editing room and was like, hey, they told me to bring this
Put
in.
this on there.
And who did? Them. And so they put it in there, and then that was it. And that's why it doesn't make sense, because...
Then at the premiere, it rolled, and they said, I guess we just got to roll with it.
They're like, well, we spent all that money on CG blood. We can't go back and change this. So
credits roll to a bad metal song that, if you listen closely, it's the clean version of the song.
I did catch that.
There's gaps in the lyrics where they're dropping out the curse words.
Which was weird.
Which was weird because they were dropping F-bombs throughout this whole movie.
It harkened back to Three-Headed Shark Attack, where we'll show you boobs, but we can't say the word shit.
Yeah. This piece of shoot movie.
So how would you make the movie better?
Actually make Mohawk Steven Seagal's character the director, and just don't bring anything up about it. And then when he dies at the end, bring Steven Seagal out like we're supposed to know that he's the brother.
Oh, I like that. The way I'd make it better
like they did the old switcheroo halfway through with Mohawk guy and nobody caught on.
I like that one. I do. What I would do is Condor saves the day. He's he goes and accesses his old files at the end, and he gets to see who was the one that shot Nina that day. And you do it in reverse. You see the bullet leaving her body, and it's slowly going back to a sniper rifle. And when it gets back into the gun, you see an eye inside the scope, and it pulls out, and then it's Seagal cross-eyed, fired a sniper rifle
as his character from Sniper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's in full,
crossing movies.
Exactly.
It's all the same universe.
Sitting in a folded chair.
He's building his own MCU with this shit.
He's sitting in a folding chair on the roof of some shitty building in Bernie Sanders style.
Oh my god.
So that's how I'd make it better. So, by the way,
I
thought it'd be fun, just because we finished a little sooner than we usually do.
Okay.
How would you like some Steven Seagal facts?
Let's do it.
Okay, some quick Steven Seagal facts, which, by the way, this isn't going to make sense for podcast people, but I'm trying to show Chase what his picture is on Wikipedia. So, anyway, hair is not that black naturally, my friend. So, he's only 64 years old.
Really?
You'd figure he'd be ancient, but he's not. Now, an Aikido master. A 7th Dan black belt in Aikido.
How much does one of those cost?
I don't know. Probably less than becoming a goddamn llama. But anyway, which brings me to my point. A 7th Dan black belt in Aikido. A holy man. A llama. From Lansing, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Where all the llamas come from.
Yeah. He's been married 4 times.
Okay, I can see that.
First spouse was Miyako Fujitani, then Adrienne LaRussa, Kelly Lee Brock, and this one, Erdenatuya Seagal. But it says Erdenatuya, and in parentheses it says bat suck.
What?
Erdenatuya bat suck Seagal. That's what it says. BATSUKH. Bat suck.
It's bet sook.
No, it's bat suck. How many children do you think he has?
8.
7.
Close.
Including Ayoko Fujitani.
Batsuck Jr.
Who's Ayoko Fujitani? I'll look into that later. There's no reason why I should be looking that up right now.
Batsuck, Rat Stomp.
I give my wives nicknames after Aikido moves.
Pig Squeak and Frog Dunk. Oh, Frog Dunk Seagal.
And just for shits, I was gay. Just for shits and giggles, I named my pug Beetle Bailey. Seagal owns a dude ranch in Colorado. Hold on, wait. So that means we can go to a dude ranch owned by Steven Seagal? Road trip. Alright.
We don't got to go far to see Steven Seagal. The dude's a cop in your backyard.
Yeah. I probably actually could do that fairly easy, honestly.
Yeah.
I know a guy who knows a guy. I've known a guy who knows a guy for quite some time, and I've never, like, you know, apparently they play cards all the time, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no thank you. Because here's, let me tell you what would happen. And I hope by some chance Steven Seagal could hear this. Because let me tell you exactly what happened. If I saw Steven Seagal, I'd be respectful, of course.
Yeah.
You know, how you doing? Nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. But I'm sure a few drinks in, I would say, you know you're not really a llama, right? Like, you're not. That's not how this works. And he'd say something, I'd get upset, and then it'd be in the newspaper about how I got my ass whipped from Steven Seagal. And, like, at that point, what do you do with your life? You're the guy that got your ass whipped by Steven Seagal. But yeah, that's what I just read. He's, let's see. Seagal is a Buddhist. In 1997, Lama Pinyo Rinpoche from some monastery announced Seagal was a tulku, and specifically the reincarnation of Chundrag Yorji, of the 17th treasure revealer. So yeah, he's a fucking llama.
Yeah.
There was something else I saw of note down here. Yes, so old Batsuck.
Yeah.
Turns out, which is funny, she's Mongolian.
No.
Yes. Seagal is currently married to Erdenetuya Batsuck. Mongolian,
They put
but he
that
just
in
calls
parentheses like that's her stage name, like Beyonce or some
every
shit.
time they mention her name, they put Batsuck. But he just calls her L.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on, Seagal. Her name's Erdenetuya, but he calls her L.
Makes sense to me.
Doesn't say anything about her being a throat singer, though. Or a falconer.
That's all right. I hope him and Batsuck and Frog Dunk and Pig Squeak and all of them are just happy as can be.
Allegations and lawsuits. Oh,
Well,
this
I'm
is
sure.
this isn't a shocker at all. Seagal has often been accused of sexual harassment during his film productions.
You think?
We saw it.
It
we
was on
actually saw it
screen
on
in this
film.
episode.
Yeah.
It was on screen.
Wait, in another incident,
I wouldn't be surprised if that girl was asleep during that.
Jenny McCarthy claimed that Seagal asked her to undress during an audition for Under Siege 2. Oh, Seagal. Good Lord. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Good Lord. This dude's a poon hound.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Well,
Wait, let me just end it on this sad note. Hold on. One of a woman who filed a lawsuit against him. Oh wait. Okay, this has to do with him being a sheriff's deputy.
okay.
Jesus Sanchez Uvara filed a lawsuit against Seagal over his part in a police raid that was taped for his A&E reality show, Steven Seagal Lawman. Uvara was seeking $100,000 for damages made during the raid and a letter of apology from Seagal to his children for the death of their family pet.
Oh Lord.
Lavara claimed that his 11-month-old puppy was shot and killed during the raid. This dude is a
Steven
dude's a
Seagal.
fucking serial. He's
Dog
a serial
murderer.
rapist and a dog murderer. Now I don't feel bad for ripping apart his shitty movies. So anyway,
Which he gets to make 12 of a year, apparently.
oh,
They
well.
just keep popping up.
Maybe he's a Scientologist. Well, no, he's a fucking llama.
No, he's a llama. Well, none of that matters anymore. Because you got to watch 2 movies.
2 movies. Oh, yeah. I'm not looking forward to it.
I honestly thought this would not happen this season.
I know.
Speaking of which, folks, we decided that a season of Garbage Theater is going to be 15 episodes. We're gonna tally our win-loss record at the end of that, and we're gonna do our top 5 worst 5.
Yeah.
To cap it off. So
right, and then when a new season starts, any movies that weren't used because that person lost are now back on the table.
Yes. So Avalanche Sharks up for grabs again.
Yeah. Awaken, the one that I just missed out on.
Yeah.
Those will be back up for grabs if we so choose.
Yes. And sometime this summer we will be doing Shark Month.
Yes.
Where we're gonna do 4 straight episodes of shark related movies.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that one. I actually got all my picks for that ready to go.
Oh yeah, I went through and I found some shark movies, so I'm sure we got some doubled up. So we're gonna have to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, we have to be ready for that. So yeah, that's it, huh?
That's it. Have fun.
I am not looking forward to that at all. Oh, we need the top 5 list. We need to see if anything got shook up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it did. Our current top 5, correct me if I'm wrong, was Go with LaFleur, Ouija 2, Pretty Thing, Sniper, and 3-Headed Shark.
Correct.
I guess the big question is this bad enough to be on the top 5 at all?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I agreed. It's just how far up does it go?
I would say this firmly is number 3.
Firmly number 3. So drop Pretty Thing to 4, Sniper to 5.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense because I'd much rather watch Sniper than this.
Exactly. That's the way I'm thinking.
And Pretty Thing we've already rationalized for its faults was at least a valid attempt at a film.
You know, who would have thought that as time goes on we'd look at that film as like decent now?
Yeah.
We were just naive at first.
Mm-hmm. We didn't know what we were going to stumble
across.
That
movie won't end this season in the top 5. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah, it's gonna. We've got 6 episodes left.
Yeah.
In this season, so yeah, it's gonna get bumped. So yeah, okay. Pretty Thing down to 4, Sniper down to 5, 3-Headed Shark Attack vindicated.
Right. All right. Well, that's it.
That's surprising in itself.
It is.
3-Headed Shark Attack is off the list.
It is. Well, we'll see what happens with our doubleheader next week.
Oof. Well, your doubleheader.
Yeah. I'm be ready this time.
Fair enough.
I say that every time I lose, but
I might just watch the first 10 minutes of Airplane Volcano, get a couple of questions from the very beginning.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Oh, man. So, 2 movies this week, folks.
Yes.
Watch them both if you dare. Airplane vs. Volcano and Animal.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Really?
I am. Reverse psychology.
Yeah. God. At least it's not 2 Seagal movies.
Reality is setting in.
Yeah.
It's always fun in games until you realize, God damn it, I have to watch a shitty movie again.
Yeah. The talking about the shitty movie is the fun part, but you got to get through the movie first.
Yeah, like I'm probably gonna legit have to seek therapy, like because this is wearing on me.
Yeah. Just.
And my poor Netflix feed. I know I mention it every time.
It's garbage now.
It's ruined. I used to take pride in what Netflix picked for me.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this. Look at what Netflix knows. Look how well it knows me.
Yeah.
And now, no.
I've got about three rows are all foreign movie suggestions.
Yeah.
Thanks to LaFleur.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. All right, well, let's end it on that note.
Well, that's it, folks. Airplane vs. Volcano and Animal next week. See you then.
All right.
Thank you for listening to Garbage Theatre. To get the latest episodes, please subscribe on iTunes and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/garbagetheatre. You can also listen to Garbage Theatre anytime, anywhere on Stitcher Radio on Demand. Download the free app today.